Good morning. I'll just move my stall out a little wee bit so I'm not sitting on the plant. Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance and pull some cards for this week ahead. That's this week starting Monday the 21st of February through till Sunday the 27th of February. So I trust that this message finds you well and that you're having a good day. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia, where it is Monday the 21st of February here, and the time is exactly 9:13 a.m. So welcome. I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So if you're new to watching, welcome. Please let us know if you're new so we can welcome you in the comments. Thank you for sharing, Sharon. That's lovely. So welcome if you're new. What I'm going to be doing is using my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards that I've combined with my Speed of Light Oracle. And I'll be using this deck of 110 cards to find the best cards for this week ahead. There are 55 cards of each deck, although the Animal Kingdom cards look quite prominent as I fan them out like that. So I'll be laying the cards out. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. As always, please take on board what feels right, what resonates, and what fits into your life easily. Really take note of the things that seem like I'm just talking directly to you, and let the other things go. The things that don't resonate or the things that aren't meant for you are probably meant for somebody else. So, yeah, that's probably all I really need to say. It's Tracy's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hi, Jane from Germany. Hi, Tiffany. So I'm shuffling the cards. So while I'm shuffling, let's just do a quick recap on last week's theme. See how it went for you. That's how we build our trust in our cards, and trust in things like this is to actually see them playing out. Otherwise, my words are just like air. So it's the practicality of it. It's the reality of it. Did it resonate with you, and how did it fit for you? So last week's theme was the turtle, and the turtle's keywords were slow and steady. But I remember saying, you know, it's not necessarily about slow, but finding our steady pace last week so that we didn't burn out, so that we stayed consistent with the way that we were moving. So a lot of moving energy last week, and I certainly know from experience, as I walked through my week last week, there was no slow about it. It was certainly a steady pace, a consistent pace. So how did your week go? And we now divert our attention to this new week. So I'm shuffling my cards, and I now hold the intention, which I'm saying out loud. I would usually just say it in my head, but I'm saying out loud, I want to find the best cards that the majority of us need for this week ahead, starting Monday the 21st of February 2022 through to Sunday the 27th of February 2022. So what do we need to know for this week ahead? What's in store potentially for us? So I now finish shuffling, split my deck into two because that's the way I pick my cards. And I'm just going to lay them out face down here on the floor. So I'll just bear with me a second. Okay, we have a bunch of Speed of Light Oracle. It's so fun working with a combined deck because we have all sorts of mixes come up. So I have one Animal Kingdom Oracle card, and we have 7 Speed of Light. So I'm going to turn them over and we'll see what the cards are. What's the Animal Kingdom? Oh, it's a featured card. Okay, we have 2 featured cards, so let's honour them first. Our very first card is Lunar Cycle. So here it says, it's a featured timing card, and here it says to take the second card from the top of the deck. So I go back to my original deck, and I go down to card 2. Card 2 is, the butterfly. Okay, and then the other featured card is the turtle dreaming. And up here he says to draw the bottom card from the deck. So I'm just going to go, what? We have the butterfly to go with the turtle. Okay, so we have quite a lot of cards up for this week, so I'll probably be talking for a little while. But the very first card. So as we start the week, and in fact this feels like it's almost casting a piece of satin cloth or something over the rest of this week, especially our work week, we could say, Monday to Friday. So it feels this card's in effect for around the next 5 days. And we have the Lunar Cycle. This is a featured timing card with the butterfly card. So let's look at them separately, and then we'll look at their relationship together. So first of all, the Lunar Cycle, it talks about 1 month. So it feels like this week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday through to Friday, there's going to be probably talks around things that are happening in about 1 month's time. So we're looking at, so we've got the 3rd week of February, so we're looking at things that are happening this week, things in effect, things planned, things happening that's going to occur most likely in about 1 month's time. So around the 21st of March to around the 25th of March. So we might find things happening this week that we're looking about a month ahead for something. Now it's connected with this card, so on its own, this is card 6, Butterfly, and it says hearts opening, freedom, passion and action. There is a dreamy feeling to this card. There is an action feeling to this card as well. So this figure here, she represents us. She's dreaming. So she's dreaming, she's got ideas, and maybe these ideas we're going to maybe take more serious action on, or we'll be able to work on for the next month or in about a month's time. So there is a lot of heart energy here too. So it's like our heart has become, especially the front of our heart, has become wings, like a butterfly wings. So they remind me a bit of like sails on a yacht. So with our heart wide open, as we move forward, as we keep our dreams alive, the universal, the flow, the movement of life is like the winds that pick up, our sails of our heart pick up, and those winds help push us forward as well. So we might find quite a bit of momentum, quite a bit of energy and action and movement that happens, especially over these next 4 or 5 days, but also over this next month. Now I say that we might be thinking about something or planning something or organising something happening around the 21st to the 25th of March, but it can also be talking about this next 1 month span. So from now until around the 21st to 25th of March, there might be something in effect, something especially that is heart connected, that's getting us moving and active, and also there's a dreamy element. So there's little grounding in this card, but there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of dreamy energy. So let's see how that might play out for us really this week, but in these next few weeks ahead. Now we start with Monday. So I feel that those cards were like a sheet or an energy that's been thrown over these next 5 days in a good way. But this is our card for Monday, the 21st of February, and it's card 28 called Delegate. And it says ask, plan, organise and assistance. So this is about early in the week, especially Monday, about considering or being aware of the pressure that we feel that we're under. So where are we feeling pressured? Where are we feeling like we're carrying the weight of the world or the weight of things on our shoulders? And what can we do about it on Monday? So it may mean if we're feeling overwhelmed with all the stuff that we're we've got to do or the stuff we're feeling pressured by, to get to that point of overwhelm pretty much always, at least for me, means I need a break. So if I'm feeling overwhelmed, the only thing I can do is take a break. And it might seem counterproductive because there's so much to do, but it actually seems to work better, even if I just take the morning off or something, just to rest and to restabilize myself and to get refocused again. So if you've moved into overwhelm, it's probably a sure sign that you need a break, a short break at least. If you're feeling pressured and you're on the verge of overwhelm, then it might be important to look at reducing the pressures, taking a break, or making new priorities for things that are top priority now. What can wait? You know, what can wait till later in the week? What can wait? What can be delegated to someone else? There might be someone around us who might be able to do the task, or a task that we've got to do, but there's something more important for us. So maybe asking for help, delegating chores, maybe getting organised, but certainly looking at our priorities. So our house may be a mess, but we may have other things that are more important to do. So we've just got to live with the mess for a bit unless someone around can help, that sort of thing. So delegating chores, asking for help, but mainly recognising the pressure that we're under so that we can do something about it before it kicks into overwhelm. So then we move into Tuesday, the 22nd of February, and we have initiation, card 21. And it says mastery, milestone, progression, and greatness. This is about moving into a new doorway, being initiated, we could say, or stepping through the doorway into a new beginning or to a new level in our life. There might be something that we get a green light on and we can move through a doorway. There is a potential milestone energy here too, so something that is a milestone. It could be birthday, anniversary, some type of milestone that's around, especially Tuesday. In fact, Tuesday is the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022, which is pretty cool. All those twos. We've got card 21. So initiation, being initiated to a new level in our lives and a new level for us personally. This is about passing the examination test. Passing the exam. You know when we sit an exam that if we pass it, we move to the next level of our education. Well, it's the same with life. So we're tested on things, but the examination test, the initiation test, there's a really good thing about it, which we often forget, is that we know the stuff that we're being tested on. So we might find Tuesday a little testy, maybe, but if we can think back over this last 6 months or this last few months of whatever we've been learning or this growth period, we have likely already learned what we're being tested on. So let's not freak out that, why is this coming up again? I thought I resolved this. It's probably the examination test to see, have you really learnt it? Are you really ready? Are we really ready to move to the next level? So there may be tests around, but it may also be a little easier than we might think. Now, by the time we get to Thursday, I'm skipping Wednesday it seems. By the time we get to Thursday, we've got a couple of lots of cards here for Thursday. Thursday we have card 36, the Shadow, and it says shape-shifting, hidden, release, and raven. So this is about our fear, our shadow side, things that have been sitting or hovering under the surface, maybe for a while. It could be a fear of something that we're fearing happen or worried about happening. But it feels like there's something positive shifting in here. So as our fear and our worry and the things that have been hovering underneath the surface that we've been concerned about, as these seem to want to shift out, it's like a circle coming around and this shadowy energy shifting out while the light comes in. It's a bit like, I remember this clock my mum had years ago, and it had Roman numerals on the clock face, but at the top was a little day-night cycle thing that just sort of spun around. You couldn't see the bottom part, but there was a window at whichever day or night or in between or whatever that this circle disc behind it was moving to. So it feels a bit like that, like there's shadowy energy that's been playing out maybe for some of us lately, and that this day-night, this light-dark energy is shifting out and away. So the light, the day part of that is moving in and replacing the darkness. So let's allow our fear and our worries and our concerns to shift and move, because we do have a tendency to hold on to these things that we're stressed and worried and scared of because of that fear. So we tend to hold on and not let the energy move. So the key, especially around Thursday, will be letting the energy move. Maybe think of it like that circular disc that's rotating around, and the window is moving from worry and fear and stress and into something lighter and brighter. So the energy is moving here if we allow it to move. Now also for Thursday we have these two cards that came up. So featured card with the extra. So they've come up together for a reason. Let's look at them separately and then we'll look at their relationship together. So we have card 45, the turtle dreaming, and it says serious, clarification, concentrate, and specific. And linked with that we have, so he basically means to get serious. He's got attitude. He wants us to concentrate and focus on something and stop making excuses. Just get the attitude of seriousness and proceed, especially with our dreams. He's got the dream catcher on his back. But it's especially connected with this card, card 2, butterfly, and it says joy. And this is a simplistic card. It's about getting back to basics. It's about not overcomplicating things. It's about, what do we need to part? What do we need to shift that can bring us back to a state, or bring us into a state of joy, a state of peace. There is a peaceful feeling with this joy. So we're being reminded, especially on Thursday, to get serious about the joy and the peace that we want to feel and experience in our life. Let's stop overcomplicating it or distracting ourselves and get focused, get serious, and really concentrate on creating that peace and that joy, or whatever that represents for you. So that's Thursday, and that comes up on the same day as this shadow card, which also feels like this joy. So this butterfly card feels like it's that rotation of that day-night calendar sort of thing that I talked about before. So things are shifting on Thursday. There is a shift, and the sun is coming out very brightly here. Just come out from behind some clouds. So something shifting Thursday. Now, I didn't talk about Wednesday at all, but I feel like the initiation card is in effect for Tuesday and into Wednesday. Wednesday feels like it's a bit strange of a thing to say, probably. I think it's strange in my head. It feels like there's a gap or something on Wednesday, like a hallway. When we come out of one room and we walk down the hallway and then go into another room. It feels like a gap, like a space, like a void, like the hallway that we're walking through on Wednesday. So that has a gap, it's a void, it's a space. So let's see what happens on that day. Now, Friday, the 25th of February, we have the sad stag, number 49. And the stag says lost, help, guide, path, and discourage. There may be something a bit discouraging that happens around Friday. And we're being encouraged not to lose our way, not to be discouraged by the news or the information or how we might feel. We might feel a bit doubtful perhaps on Friday, or part thereof. So a really good thing about this card is that it shows us from the perspective of our mind that our mind may make us think that we're off path, that this is not the way it was supposed to be. This is not what was meant to happen. And we may think mentally that we've gone off track, we've taken a wrong turn, we're going backwards, we're off our path. But the truth is we can never ever be off our path. So what we might need to do is get our mind back on track. So our body is always on its path, because our body can only be, our feet can only ever be walking on our path. It's our path. It can only ever be under our feet. So it's our mind that makes us think that our path is way over there. We took a wrong turn. We're going backwards. So we need to get our mind back into alignment with our body, potentially on Friday, so that we can recognize that, yes, we are on track. Things may not have worked out, or things may have turned out differently than what I hoped. But, let's move forward from here. How can I work with this energy? Where am I being guided to? Sometimes doors close, sometimes setbacks happen to pull us or push us into different areas that we need for our growth. Maybe to meet new people, maybe to open up doors we didn't know existed or could exist before. So we may feel discouraged, but let's not allow ourselves to feel discouraged for too long. Let's get our mind back in alignment with our body, get back on track, realise and recognise, reassure ourselves that our path is under our feet. We have not done anything wrong. We can trust in the direction that we're going. So our path may be highlighted on Friday. Saturday, so that's Saturday the 26th of February, we have New Pathways, card 18, and it says options, children, birth, choice, and life's path. This talks about options that are presenting themselves, new pathways that are opening. This is not, like I talked about, going out of one door, walking down a hallway, going into a new door. That's not how I see this card. I see this card as walking down our path, and then we have options. We have maybe 3 or 4 or 5 pathways that stream out from where we stand. Which path will we take? Can we walk a couple at the same time? What are we going to decide to do? So there's opportunities that are coming on Saturday. So this is especially after we get on track, after we get our mind into alignment with our body and we stop discouraging ourselves and start encouraging ourselves. So once we're back on track, back on our path, and we feel that, then it feels like opportunities and options will probably start opening for us. Okay, how can we make the most of this? What can we do in this situation? It may not be what we wanted, but is there something better that can arise from this? Because we can trust that we will be where we need to be. Sometimes we know what that is. Sometimes it's what we want. Sometimes it matches with what we want. And sometimes what we need and what we want are two different things. So for me, I like to trust in what I need. And sometimes if that goes against what I want, I can feel discouraged. I can feel upset and angry. And then I try and get back into alignment, back into balance, and then think about, okay, this hasn't happened for a reason, so, what can I do with this as an opportunity? How can I turn this challenge into an opportunity? So this is a really good card to get. It shows options, it shows opportunities that are present, especially in regards to our life's path. So big deal things at the moment. Then Sunday, the 27th of February, we have Scattered. We've got a mixed bag, haven't we? Card 13, Scattered. And it says overwhelm, confusion, concentrate, and plan. So you might remember the turtle before talked about concentrating too. So we've got a bit of a theme up. In fact, there is a bit of a mental theme going on where we may have to stay focused. Let's not lose focus for too long this week. But this brings scattered energy for Sunday. We may feel a bit like we're at a loose end. We may not know which way to go. We may feel a bit confused about what we're feeling, what's happening, or there may be a situation that arises that feels a bit scattering or unsettling. So the good thing about this card is that this is also bringing in new energy. So new, unruly, kind of chaotic energy, primal energy that's preparing to come into our life. So we might feel a wave of anger brewing inside us because something happened or this or that or wherever we might feel it. But often the anger, if we can use it in a constructive way, can be a great motivator for us to think outside the box or do something we wouldn't usually do, which we can sort of get the pig in us, that stubborn side can also come up in us that can, we can push through barriers and push through things and open doors that we wouldn't have even dreamed of before. So this energy is stirring us up. It's wanting us to perhaps feel unsettled so that we can move towards becoming more settled. There is a stirring up feeling here. And in fact, that's for Sunday, but it feels in general there is a general stirring up of energy at the moment. And there is this paradox sort of energy around too, where things don't make much sense, or we should feel this way, but we actually feel that way. So there is this paradox that's playing out. So we might likely find that this scattered energy is actually an unstable energy, is pushing us into stability and into a feeling of feeling more content, more peaceful, or in general more stable in our life. So a lot going on this week. It feels jam-packed, and I feel that's no surprise. It's been like that all year, but on the verge of feeling a little scattered. So interesting. So let's see how we go with the energy, and maybe check back in here throughout your week to get your bearings and just see how things are lining up. We might find that the energy moves very quickly. So we might start the day feeling a certain way. By the time we get to the middle of the day, we may be in a different mindset. And then by the end of the day, we may be feeling quite good. So, there could be shifts that are happening just throughout the 24-hour period, because there's a lot that's happening at the moment, and a lot that's happening, right before us, but stacks more that's happening behind the scenes. So what we see playing out is just a tiny fragment. It's just the tip of the iceberg of what's actually happening underneath. There are big foundational shifts for us personally in our relationships, in our life. We're moving places, we're changing things, and things are sort of, very an ordered chaos, we could say. There is no card for Wednesday. Wednesday is gap. It's walking down the hallway in between change. It's also an overlap. The initiation card overlaps a little bit into Wednesday too, I feel. So let's see what happens and go with it. So thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to pull a theme card in just a minute. Before I do, I want to encourage you, please, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. If you're watching on my Facebook, please make sure you're following or have liked my Temple of Balance page. If you would love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website at templeofbalance.com.au. So Temple of Balance turns 17 this week on Friday, actually. So keep your eye out for things. We've got a few things still on sale on my website, templeofbalance.com.au, and some ceramics things too at leannepeters.com. And then keep an eye out on Friday. We will do something fun. I might do a giveaway, but I'll certainly be on maybe to talk about my journey of Temple of Balance, where do I feel we're going, and this sort of stuff. So that's Friday. But it depends what my Friday is. I can't plan a lot this week, I feel. Things have been hovering, like things coming up, but I can't set anything into a concrete time or plan at this stage. That's just the way I feel. So thanks for watching. If you do want to learn more about me and the work I do at Temple of Balance, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. All right, our theme card. Our theme card is going to help us see the bigger picture for this week ahead, and it's going to bring this whole week together. This is probably the most important card for us to keep in mind of for this whole week, and how we can apply it, and also considering its guidance. So what is the best theme card is what I'm asking the deck now to provide. The best theme card for this week for the majority of us, starting Monday the 21st of February through to Sunday the 27th of February 2022. So the best theme card for this week ahead for the majority of us is, let's get to the right card here. Okay, the best card for our theme is this, and it's an Animal Kingdom Oracle card. It's the crocodile. We have not seen the crocodile I want to say for months. I don't think this card has come up for a very long time. I don't at all. So those of you who are pretty new to watching may not have ever seen this. It's card 5, the crocodile. And it says to stand in your survival power. Stand in your survival power. So this is interesting. It brings primal energy, which I've already talked about for this week ahead. That scattered energy that's sort of potentially around for Sunday is very primal. This energy for our theme is very primal. So we're looking at survival things. So things for our survival. We might be looking closely this week at our finances, the roof over our head, our relationships, our job situation, our work situation, how we're getting our income, how are we surviving. So these things may be under the spotlight this week and really working out what we need to do with these things, because we need to get our survival needs, sorted. It could also include health, physical body health. We need to try and get those things sorted, as we know, so that we can expand and have fun with other things. So primarily our body wants to survive. So we need to care for and tend to our survival needs. So we may be looking closely at those types of things, our health, finances, roof over our head, this type of thing this week. We're also being reminded in this card that we are a survivor. So we have survived stormy times before, and we are going to survive stormy times again. And if we have a bit of a storm that's brewing, or it comes and rains down on us this week, then let's remind ourselves that, we've survived storms like this, or even worse before. So, let's not discourage ourselves, and let's keep reassuring and encouraging ourselves that we will get through this. This also reminds me of the energy of temporary. So there's any storm we may go through, or that rains on us this week, that shocks and stirs things up, it is temporary. And it doesn't feel like one big hit of a storm. It just feels like little irritations, little agitations, little frustrations that might pop up and down throughout this week. So let's remind ourselves this is a temporary situation, and we will get through this, and that a lot is happening under the surface. There is a lot happening behind the scenes that we cannot even really comprehend right now. So things are changing, things are shifting, things are shuffling, and things may stir throughout this week. So let's also not underestimate the power in this card, standing in our survival power. So let's stay strong, let's stay courageous, let's keep pushing forward, and if we need a break, let's take the break, and let's see what evolves this week. It might be one of those good weeks to sort of tuck our head under the covers and sort of stay put, but I don't think that's going to be an option for probably any of us this week, unless you're in quarantine or lockdown or isolation or what have you, but that may be something we feel like throughout this week. So lots happening. Let's see what happens, and remind ourselves that we are survivors, and to stay courageous, stay strong, stay confident, and stay focused on whatever it is that's important at the time. So I trust this resonates and supports you. Let's see what happens this week. Have a fantastic week. Happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating. Thank you so much. I think I actually have some healing events happening this week on YouTube, Patreon healing events, so keep an eye out for those coming up live. And our Temple of Balance birthday on Friday. Unless something happens and I'm not able to, my loose intention is to be here. So hopefully I'll be here for a video at some stage on Friday. And if not, I'll be back next Monday for the weekly guidance. Take care of yourself, and let's get through this. And we will come out strong from this, whatever occurs. Let's not worry about it or be scared of it, but let's ride the waves this week, because I feel that we are going to come out really strong too on the other side. So let's go through it as strong as we can as well. Take care. Namaste.